Alright, so after my mate left, we cleared loads of things out from the barn, as you saw in the previous video, and because we were against the clock, couldn't chop it up and couldn't move it all, so I left it lying around, and it's been there now 2 days, 3 days, just dried out. Should make it a lot easier for me to move around. So my plan is I need to trim off some of the bushes, the bushy pieces, and then I'll use that as hedgerow, which is down the bottom. I did that last year and it's come out really well actually. It's creating a really nice borderline at the bottom of the field, and then the larger pieces I'm going to save for firewood or something else. So plenty to do. It's a pretty hot day, so it's a lot of in and out, loads of water, but some bits are in the shade, so it's not too bad. And there's a little breeze. It's hard to get going on days like today because it's so hot and you think, oh, I just want to sit in the sun or have a sleep in the shade, but once you get started it's all right. I'm going to try out the mulcher. So that mower I bought last week, fantastic. Shame I didn't have the money for it earlier in the year really, or last year, but great purchase, and it's got a mulcher thing on it. So I'm just going to clear some space to allow me to work and chop all the trees. So the shade should be over here in a minute. Alright, no, that sounds crazy, mowing a field. I'm not mowing the field before. It's a test, just to test the machine out, and that's fantastic. What that can do for me now is brilliant, but it's also given me the confidence to realise if I do start sort of laying large grass areas down, for example, and I save up for a sit-down lawnmower, that's going to be a doddle. So it's starting to let me see through what my biggest concern is the field, if I'm honest. I know I can deal with a house, I know I can put it together and it'll get there. What to do with the land has been on my mind, if I'm honest, but you know, so I'm going to zone it off. Big grass areas where then I can plant and get the mower between, loads of olive trees. It's all starting to come together in my mind now, and as I'm away from spending on materials and tools for a while, I now have the money. I think I'm saving up to buy things like, you know, top quality lawnmowers, a sit-down lawnmower and all that sort of stuff. So you know, these things take time. I wish I had loads of money to just throw at it, but then, you know, this is part of the fun, isn't it? It's part of the reward, I think, but we'll see. That machine though, great investment. It's the first day of the Jamboree tonight, which I've not been before. Meet quite a lot of people down there, which I'm really excited about actually. It's lovely. These are people I've never met before and reached out all through YouTube. People looking for houses, people who are on holiday. It's amazing really. So anyway, back to it. Before I get all my glad rags on. Still don't know what to wear though. Not really into that fancy dress. Throw myself in the deep end piece yet, if I'm honest. So we'll see how it goes, eh? Oh, the breeze has started up now, so it's absolutely gorgeous. A bit like a hairdryer, but it's amazing. I've got about half of it down, so now I'm going to trim it up really. Chop off all the small bits down here because they're easier to throw. Drag all the long logs around here, and then I can chainsaw them and use the trolley to get them back up to the house. So, you know, as theories go, I thought it's easier to drag it all down here rather than break it all up there and do too many runs. But this is just half of it. So much to do. But the result on top is amazing. I'm really pleased with how more open it is, and within 2 days all that area is dried out, whereas before that was wet all year round, weirdly, because it was missing morning sun as it was coming round then, it was missing all the late afternoon and certainly the sunset piece. So next week I can go in and clear all that out much easier rather than it being boggy, because it's very cleggy, like a clay mix, and it's just a mess there. But they'll dry out now. It's been hard work, but I had to do it really, and not ideal time of year to do it, but you know, my mate could only come down in the summer, which was very helpful. Cheers, mate. So I did this last year. It was higher, I was throwing it right on the top, and now, probably see the beginning of this clip, it's like knee height or thigh height, so it drops down over a year. It's great. I haven't had any issues with it, I haven't seen any problems with sort of animals or wildlife, so that's why I've done it again. A lot of work, if you go slow, you know, it's really relaxing. It's 32 degrees inside the house. So, crazy as it seems being out here, with this breeze it's nicer. You get the gist, I think. Yeah, that's about it really. Oh. I tell you what though, that winter belly's dropped off in about a week. Slim fast plant, whatever they call it. Water, fresh food, living the dream.
You get enough germs to catch pneumonia. After you do, she'll never
That's the queue for Brunelli's. Oh, to put in perspective, this is a free event, so everything's open, everything's free. It's fantastic, and I've never seen so many bikes. Everyone cycles here. That's amazing. I mean, everyone's having a drink and having a great time, and everyone's on a bike. Hey, more cycling, eh? My new toy. They want me to mention the patented frame. But this is way more than just a cool frame. What a machine this is. So I'm popping to the shops. Delivery from Amazon's come in, so I go to the supermarket to pick that up. Used to go on my road bike. Have to put a Lycra on, have to clip in. Hard work for a short journey. This, as I'm going uphill, it's a doddle. So I'll pick up my parcel, pick up a bottle of wine, because I've been invited out for dinner tonight by one of the neighbours, and I'll probably go on this. Hey! Aha! Hello!
Hi Richard!
So good to see you! Wow! That feels good. Amazon special. I'm just going to go in and trim around the bits, pull out the odd bit of metal that I know is in there, and then I can get in with the strimmer. But within days now all this is cleared up, this is opened up, and it's really dry. So I'm going to go through and pick the trees or bushes that I want to keep and try and get rid of all the stuff that smothers things, to give what's in there space to grow. And that's the plan. So what is it now? I don't know, just after 6:30 AM, something like that. It's warm, but it's alright, and I suppose I've got a good half hour or so before the sun gets up, and then I'll probably last another hour because it's too hot then. It's things like this, as I get deeper in as I get deeper into there and start clearing it. Yeah, look, this is like 5 minutes after the last clip. I'm soaking out of breath already. Anyway, this is buried to about here, and I couldn't see this bit because of all the growth. And this, when you go through there with the strimmer or something, it's really dangerous. So I'm finding all these now. Yeah, anyway, that's why it takes so long. Can't really describe how much work there is just in this piece. You know, this is months of work. So it's little by little, and it gives me a break. A little bit of this gets boring, change to another job, keeps it all going, and I see progress then in more places because this grows like mad. And now I think if I can get it done this time while I'm here, the heat, I can kill a lot of the bad stuff off because it's going to burn off through the rest of the summer. That's my idea anyway, and so I think that's why it's worth it, getting it done then, to give me chance in the winter to start covering it, protecting it, I suppose, so nothing comes back, and then it's easier to manage, isn't it? So it does seem like a lot of work. It is a lot of work, but you know, that's the way it is, I think. So little by little, multiple jobs at the same time. Here's another example. As great as Dennis is, and he's so helpful, 2 months ago I think it was, we talked about the field and getting it landscaped. I then told him I was coming down, got it all organised, drawing sketches. He had somebody come round when I wasn't here, so I didn't see how that played out. And now he needs to borrow a machine from a friend, so there's a fair exchange in value, should we say, which is fair enough. So I'm saying, okay, how much and when? And you know, a couple of weeks have gone by, and I'm flying back to England again in a few days, so I've got to get back for work, see the kids. But because of the summer, I'm flipping it around now. My daughters are going to come down, so rather than me go back, I've got a nice window in a few weeks where they can come down and see the delights of this. But and they might come on camera, who knows? All right. I think I've lost what I was going to say. I've forgotten what I was going to say. Right, strimmer time. I remember Dennis hasn't turned up when he said he was going to turn up, which is fine. It's the way it is here, things happen that way. But I've kind of lost the window. I gave it 3 to 4 weeks. That's passed. So I thought by now all the field would be landscaped, semi-landscaped. And it's not. So you make your best plans, best endeavours and all that. and you just got to go with the flow, haven't you? Otherwise you just go crazy. Oh, as I'm clearing all the stuff out there, I need to move some stuff around. So I just checked in the outhouse, and there's quite a large nest inside. So it's time for what was weirdly probably the most commented on video, the one where I cover my face up. So clearly I got a face for radio. Thanks for that. But yeah, there's a big nest inside, so I'm gonna spray it and run. Don't know how this is gonna come out, but anyway, here we go. This is what I like when I go and see my customers, those who do food stuff, so they make you wear some amazing outfits. Anyway, these little things, they are stingy waspy things, I'm not so sure. Anyway, bit of raid. I think they've been coming into a hole in the roof, and because I've got to start using this again, I think it's time I best, can you see them all there? Okay. Let's leave that for 5 minutes. Ooh. Yeah, well, there's a big hole in the roof, so there's no wonder they get in. It's the little things. Yeah, I don't want them to make a massive nest. A massive nest is a big problem, isn't it? I can't tackle it myself then, and it gets expensive and dangerous, I suppose. So it's that time of year where you see a few dotted around. Anyway, that should sort it. I'll go back in 10 minutes and have a look. Oh, that's a lot calmer than it was. Aye. Oh, it's horrible coming in here. When you hear that noise, that sound, you see loads of them flying around, and then you're walking into loads of cobwebs. It's like a horror movie, isn't it? It gets your heart rate going, that's for sure. Oh, it's really hot now. So have a little break. I'm waiting for Joseph to call over, so some of you might watch his channel. For those who want to really get into how these houses work and the older houses, he's bought a fantastic place in the middle of a town. I think he's got like 4, maybe 5 floors to it. A couple of the floors are missing, getting at street level, getting halfway up at town level, and he's doing that up slowly, so it's beautiful. I'll pop over there one day with the camera and show you, but I'll put a link to his channel as well. He's better DIY than I am for sure. He's done his plastering that's amazing. So anyway, he's calling over because he's got some stuff to drop off. He's a good guy. So I'll try the figs. Don't think they're quite right or ripe. Oh wow. They are good. Oh, I bet if these were cold they'd be amazing. It's something that a little bit different, isn't it, about picking fresh fruit from your own tree and eating it straight away. There's something magical about it. Wow, these are good. I know what colour they're supposed to be. The ones in the shop have got a bit more colour to them, so maybe they're not quite ready, but they taste good. Because it's just so hot. So this is where you need that siesta. Nice little kip in the shade, I think. And then I'll go out and do a bit of shopping, come back, carry on. Now they start going. Go on then, grab the stuff. Alright. Right. Got it. Alright, let's go. Right on top? Yeah, on top's fine. This one's the lightest, isn't it? Yeah, but let's grab it together. Alright, you got it? Yeah, this one's heavy. Right, hold on, let's get it over here. Ready? Got it. Lots of dirt in that one. All right, let's get to the barbecue. So I don't go out with that thing.
Just make sure and ask advice as well to get customers involved.
Yeah, that's really important.